welcome back to another episode of JLC TV with the host, me, Jack Walsh. And today it's a little bit different today. Today it was pre-recorded. We're going to see how it goes. But we do encourage all questions or any feedback or anything like that. Any comments, please do comment down below. That would be great, and we can take it on board, and maybe we can action them for next time round. Because what we're doing now is we're going to talk about a lot of the tech stories that have been circulating in our space. I'm going to give you my educated opinions on them. My opinions are not solid; they're not concrete; they're just my own. So I'm going to go into it from that perspective. And of course, if you've got any opinions, we are always welcome, and we always love to hear yours. So please do comment down below and like and subscribe if you haven't already. So without further ado, let's go into it. So the first one is coming from Sony. So what is Sony up to? Of course, it's the PS5 Pro, the long anticipated, their rival of the Xbox Series X. This Xbox Series X being one of the most powerful game consoles on the market. This is Sony's rival. This is Sony's version of that. This is boasting a pretty high price tag, $700 or £700. So I'm not sure how that works, because if I was to buy that in America, then I could get it for less. I'm not sure how it works, maybe with shipping. Maybe there's something around that. But £700, that's a lot of money, however which way you look at it. And I guess what we need to consider when we're looking at these price tags for these gaming consoles. So it's not just about playing games now. Gone are the days where you can just sort of turn on and have a little quick game and then go away. It's more than that now. It's kind of it's socializing with friends. It's relaxing after a busy day at work. It's streaming your favorite episodes. You're watching your films as well. It's a massive segment of your life. Storing your own videos, storing images. It's a media center, and of course with all the accessories now, like VR headsets and various different controllers and monitors as well. It's fully immersive. So when we look at these price tags, it's similar to your phone in the sense that it's part of your everyday. Not just gaming, of course. There are other things you can do as well. It's the whole social aspect of which I alluded to at the beginning. And of course, Sony have managed to align some really quite, I'd say popular gaming editions like Spider-Man. You've got all the Spider-Man franchise only available, owned by Sony. So naturally, it's only going to be playable on the Sony PS5, the PS5 Pro. You've got God of War again. It's another series as well. It's a good film. Good game. I've never been able to play because I've always had Xbox myself. So it's like something that I would maybe consider moving to Sony, but whether it's enough. And to be honest, a lot of the features coming out, like 2 terabyte for the memory. I mean, upgraded GPU. So we're going to see a lot faster gaming play, up to 67% as well. 45% faster rendering of in-game action as well. So that's some decent numbers there. So and capable of 8K gaming, which I can kind of, obviously that's great, but I think the 8K screens, they are available, but any normal person wouldn't buy one because they're just so much money. So again, I think it's all well and good this gaming console being able to achieve those kinds of numbers, but when you've got monitors or screens that can't keep up, then there's no need. So maybe it's a signal for things to come. Maybe Sony knows something that we don't. Remember, Sony also creates screens as well. So maybe pairing this with an 8K screen and you're in for the money. We'll see. But it's available from the 7th of November. So £700 as well. That's a lot of dough. So we'll see who's getting those for Christmas. And they're going to be back ordered as well, because everyone just loves it. Right, on to the next story. The next story, human and robot collaboration. Of course, we have always seen it, or we are always loving these kinds of stories. But there is one story we've been picked out and that we want to dive into here. So this is a musical robot capable of playing piano alongside humans and creating real-time harmonic accomplishments. Has won the Best Demo Award at the 2024 Center of Human-Inspired Artificial Intelligence, aka CHIA. Is it Chia? I'm guessing it's Chia conference. That's nice. Chia, like chia seeds. A Cambridge engineering PhD student, Hyojung Wang, from the Bio-Inspired Robotics Laboratory Department for Engineering, won the Best Demo Award for his Harmony robot. Wow. So we've got a robot that is actually playing in real time. There's a video here. There's a robot playing in real time, harmonizing with its human counterpart. It's quite magnificent to see, to be honest. And it's great to see it. Obviously, this is early days, and I think there's so much more to be done in this space. But I just feel like physically, it's impressive. Whether we see a demand for it, I can try and envision like a robot playing a piano in like a restaurant that you walk into or something, you know. But I think there's just so much more than just that. It's like asking ChatGPT to write an email for you. You know, it can do so much more.
I think even just within a song in the background to have the robot, you could have that or in a band or anything.
Yeah. Well, maybe your band member's called in sick and you need. I don't know. But it's quite impressive. I mean, for me, it's all about the real-time processing. So it's hearing, it's understanding, and then it's moving. And this is happening so quickly. So normally you see a delay in things, you know, like it's processing, it's responding. But this one is real-time harmonizing. So, and like the mind, the human mind can just process things so quickly. We hear something, we respond pretty much very, very quickly. Why can't I get my word out then? It's rapid, you know, our response. So to have a computer or an AI robot that can do that in real time is quite impressive. So well done, well award, and PhD as well. He's going to be doing great things, I'm sure. The new Elon Musk. I was going to ask him for any questions, but I guess this is real time. So sorry, this is pre-record, and we've not got that feature.
Well, I've got a couple of questions on
Hit
that.
me.
So, I mean, we've kind of touched upon it, but what practical applications do you think that advancement could have beyond entertainment? Like, is there anything more that you could see it helping in years to come?
It's interesting. In the music space, I mean, in the music space, I think it's been happening for some time. Most of the songs that we listen to are hyper reality anyway. A lot of them have been made, a lot of them sort of pre-recorded, amended to some degree, which is far from its original sound. So it's been polished, it's been edited, it's been synthesized, it's a lot. So this isn't new news for us. It's just whether we see more of that human / robotic collaboration, whether there's a demand for it. I've seen some interest, like on the subject of, I've seen some interesting drone displays with human, and I guess that's a human and AI robot kind of collaboration, I guess, to an extent.
I've seen some of them. They're cool.
They're wild, aren't they?
It blew my mind the first time I saw it. I didn't even understand how it could happen.
You kind of can't comprehend what you're seeing because it's behind a jet black backdrop, you know, space, the sky, right? And to see all of those drones, and they're not just 2D, it's like 4D, it's like layered. So you've almost got like a 3D, 4D kind of experience, and because you've got no frame of reference on what you're seeing. So for example, there's no buildings, or you can't understand how big and how well they're, and like how large they're operating, and it's just fascinating to see. So, and yeah, they're just out of this world, to be honest. I've not seen one in person, but I've seen a few videos of them. So maybe some more, but I think more so for the irony. I think people love that kind of story because it's a human spending all of their life, or part of their life, I don't know, but I'm guessing to a degree this person that was playing piano had spent a long time learning and perfecting the art of playing piano, and to have a robot come along that's, you could argue that it's been designed specifically to carry out this particular kind of task, but also mimic and in some time, you could argue that it does it better because it harmonizes in real time. I think only people that are truly mastered the skill of playing any musical instrument would be able to do. So I think the story is, it's the old meets the new, the human being, us, versus the new AI robot. I feel like we'll probably see a lot more of that collaboration for sure. Just because I think people are naturally intrigued with that story and the progress being made in that area. So we'll see. Right, next story. Next story is, I've gone off piece because I like animals. And this one is conservationists turn to AI in the battle to save the red squirrel. I've not seen a red squirrel. Have you? Have you ever seen a red squirrel?
Possibly in the Grand Canyon. I might be wrong there, because when I went to Vegas, there were squirrels, and I feel like maybe they were red ones.
Okay, in Vegas. Interesting. I would struggle to determine because I am colourblind, and its grey counterpart, I would think I would struggle. I think I see grey, but you never know. But then look, this is probably for me because I would struggle to. I wouldn't be able to help protect the longevity of the red squirrel because I could not determine whether I'm seeing is a normal grey squirrel or a normal red squirrel. But an artificial intelligence tool which has been trained to tell the difference between the grey squirrel and the red squirrels could be an absolute game changer, apparently. Conservationists say. The system's called Squirrel Agent, good name, has been trained on thousands of images of animals, allowing it to tell them apart between 97% accuracy. Its developer says 97%. That's pretty good, isn't it? And I guess, and I guess that's the real time that this AI whole piece is going to take to evolve and develop. It's that machine learning. You can tell it something, but it has to learn what it's being told. So it's obviously seen thousands of images of particular squirrels, and it can now determine. But every squirrel, like life, any organism, everything is different. Nothing is the same. So once it can understand the pattern, it could then try and identify or best guess, because that's what it is, just the best guess. I guess like me and you, like anyone, when we see something, it's just a best guess on what we think. For example, if a cow walked by, you'd probably be able to determine whether that's a cow, but we didn't always know it was a cow. But we've been told it's a cow. So yeah. So that's the, and to me and you, that's obvious. But to explain that to a computer, that's the real struggle. Whether it can make its own mind up, when it can determine what it's seeing. And obviously a cow is obvious, but when you look at a grey squirrel and a red squirrel, now that's interesting. Obviously it's not just the colours, it's maybe the markings. Maybe some grey squirrels could look like red squirrels, some red squirrels could look like grey squirrels. So they do differentiate between the two. So it can be used to automatically control and access squirrel feeders, with only reds being allowed into the container food and the greys into where the food has been replaced with contraceptive paste. So not only are we trying to eradicate the grey squirrel, we're trying to encourage rewarding the red squirrel as well, because the grey squirrel, apparently it carries a virus that it's immune to, but the red squirrels are not, and the grey squirrels are just overpopulating, and it's pushing the red squirrels out. We want to keep them, and apparently they're still going. The red squirrel, they've still been spotted in parts of Scotland and Ireland. So there's hope for the red squirrel yet. So that's good news. Let's keep this ball rolling.
Actually, while we're talking about animals, Kelly had asked a question that she was going to ask on today's live.
Okay, yeah.
She wanted to know if there was an update on the colossal squid at all.
Update on the colossal squid. So they are still shooting. They've not seen anything yet. So we've got a friend that is in the Antarctica on this huge vessel, and they are looking for the colossal squid. The colossal squid being the largest squid that we know of in the ocean. It's larger than the giant squid, but it resides in the Antarctic Ocean. So no sign of it yet. Although I think they've only just got there, so it's been like so it's going to be a few months in the expedition. But I will keep you guys updated, and that is such a cool story. And just my friend that that does it, he's out there looking for this colossal squid, and it's never been videoed in its natural environment. It's only ever been brought up by fishermen by mistake, because we humans fish is called the Artagonian clawfish, and that's the colossal squid's prey. So when we fish this fish that reside at either 400 to 3,400 feet. So that's when we lift them up, then we lift up the squid by mistake, and that's when we've seen these colossal squids, and they can weigh anywhere up to 500 kg, which is like a mini.
Yeah, that is
It's just
insane.
and we know so very little about them. So I've got a friend out there looking for the colossal squid. So maybe we could use AI to find them. Maybe there's some kind of AI that we could use. But yeah, thanks for the question, Kelly. Of course, if anyone else got any more questions, I'll answer them on my next show. Please do leave them in the comments. But we can't talk about tech without talking about Apple. What are Apple up to? So apparently Apple want to produce a TV. Apple would never stop thinking about making a TV. So Apple, if you think about it, they make been making screens for ages. Obviously, you've got your iPhones, your iPads, your MacBooks, your monitors, your Apple your Apple computers.
They can't really have it because they
Yeah.
turn your own TV into.
Why have they not? I mean, you can do Apple. You can even get Apple TV.
They basically need a bigger iPad, don't they?
Why haven't they done the screen yet? I mean, it's pretty much it's dominated by Samsung, LG, even most manufacturers or like vendors. They don't use their own screens. It's very like there's only a few people that or a few vendors or manufacturers that produce LCD screens. So you'll get people like, I don't know whether Sony produce their own. Sony might produce their own. They might produce their own to a capacity. But like, for example, I'm just trying to think of other brands now that are like third party, that are alternative. But they'll go to the likes of LCD or someone like that, and they'll buy their screens from them. So I don't know whether Apple I don't know whether they want to get into that space or not. I'm not sure what's holding them back. Maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe all this 8K talk is going to be the new Apple. But for me, Apple's not been like a revolutionary manufacturer. They've not come with something new. I think that stopped back in the iPod stage.
Yeah, that is true actually. It's all just kind of copies.
It really is. They've kind of not been that innovative brand for some time. I mean, you've got the Apple Vision Pros, which have been, I think they're discontinuing them. I think they're not going to be doing them soon. I think that's what I read anyway. I'm not sure, I might be wrong in that, so don't take me on that. But I know that the sales haven't been what they thought it was going to be, although it's a very expensive product. So, yeah, what else have they done really? Like,
I guess I think their functionality on phones is better than. I just think it's cleaner.
Definitely. It's a lot user friendly, I would say, for the masses, for the herd. Yeah, the iOS operating system is smooth, it's functional, and for those that don't, use their phones for, I don't know, like intensive work, I would say. Although Apple is quite good in the creative space, I'm told. I don't use it for that, but to that end. But I've got friends that do, and they say it's
really good. Yeah,
it's
iPads, I know they're really good. With
Yeah.
Their pens and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I mean, that they're obviously desirable because they're so heavily used in the educational space. So most schools now, I'd say 95% of schools, if they're going to have a device, it's going to be an Apple. It's going to be an iPad, which was crazy if you think about it. I mean, there's no one else doing that before. So Apple really dominated the education space, but they haven't done TVs yet. Not sure why that is, but apparently they want to though, because this is Bloomberg. Apparently they're speaking about Apple maybe coming out with a telly. Apparently, I think it's TBC. I think this is a very early story, but we'll definitely track it and we'll update as and when. I've not got much else to talk about in this on this segment. It's been quite a short story, but anyway, that has been the news. And thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the future. Of course, we're going to be keeping this going every day, 1 p.m. I know we're a little bit late now, but we're going to keep it moving. So Tuesday is Product Tuesday. So we're going to go into a little bit more about what we're doing here at JLC as well. So we're going to focus on a particular product, and I'll dive into it a lot deeper as well. We'll go into it, unveil its secrets. But please join us there. Any questions, please do comment below. Please like and subscribe. And until then, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.